All right, guys, today I'm going to tell you the truth about this C7 ZR1 with 52,000 miles on it. You heard me right. That has 52,000 miles on it. It's a 2019 C7 ZR1 with the ZTK package, and it is beautiful. Real quick though, before we get into it, if you're excited about this video, smash that thumbs up button and let's get going. All right, so this car was provided compliments of Corvette World Dallas, so thank you to them for letting me take this out and being able to do a full review on this car. As many of you know on my channel, I have done full reviews on C7 ZR1s. However, I've never done one on a manual C7 ZR1. And on top of that, nothing with this many miles on it. So as you know, many people buy these cars, they drive them 1,000 to 2,000 miles a year and put them in the garage for the rest of the time. So today we're gonna find out what happens when somebody truly uses their C7 ZR1. And I'm also finding out if this is still one of the greatest Corvettes ever made, or does this thing fall apart over time?
Corvette family, the Chip Miller Amyloidosis Foundation is giving one of you the chance to win a 2026 C8 ZR1 in competition yellow with the track-dominating ZTK performance package. And here's the best part. When you use my link in the description or pinned comment, my viewers get 50% more entries, immediately increasing your chances to win. Plus, every entry helps fund research to fight amyloidosis, continuing Chip Miller's incredible legacy in the Corvette community. So don't wait on this one. Enter now, grab those bonus entries, and who knows, the next time you hit that start button, it may be in your ZR1.
So let's take a look at the outside of this car. I'm telling you right now, it is very, very pretty. I'm not seeing any kind of paint chips on the front. And even on the front splitter that's massive, that's beautiful, full of carbon fiber, no rock chips at all, and looks like the wheels are in perfect condition, as you can see here. No curb rash, and these are the beautiful glossy carbon flash wheels with the beautiful blue calipers. And look at those massive J57 carbon ceramic brakes. You got the carbon fiber gill here on the side, the long carbon fiber side rockers as well, the carbon fiber roof. All of this carbon fiber is in really great condition too. Look at that. Beautiful carbon fiber here. The rear wing is in perfect condition as well. All of the paint seems to be in pristine condition. I haven't seen any chips anywhere. Beautiful, beautiful wheels. You can see the carbon fiber roof really nicely here. And the carbon fiber on the engine cover here and the hood, all in pristine condition. By the way, if it sounds like I still have a cold, I'm still a little stopped up in my nose, so that's what you're hearing right now. But yeah, all of these wheels are in perfect condition. And again, the entire outside paint is in pristine condition. So if you ask me, on the outside, this car looks like it could have less than 10,000 miles on. Now coming on to the inside, looks like the same exact thing. The leather, the beautiful Napple leather on this 3ZR package is in perfect pristine condition. Look at the seat. It doesn't even look like it has 52,000 miles of wear on it. Same with the floor mats. And the carbon fiber on the interior is in beautiful condition. The steering wheel looks like it hasn't been used for 52,000 miles. The shifter, same thing. Everything just looks perfect. Even the center console here, usually you'll have some dents from elbows in that, and there's none of that. And then the upper roof suede is in perfect condition, along with the rest of the suede that's on the B pillar back here and the A pillar up front here. So as you see, all in all, this car looks like it's barely got any miles on it. So the one owner that's owned this car has done a fantastic job of keeping it pristine. Now, one more thing, the tires up front are in perfect condition, and they are the 4S tires, 285/30 ZR19s. The rears, they put all season on. I'm not sure why they mix matched them. I don't think that's an issue. These are the 335/25/20s, and they're in perfect condition, as you can see as well. Now, we can't look at the ZR1 without checking out under the hood here. That is the massive LT5 supercharged V8 that gives you a full 755 horsepower. And let me tell you right now, driving this car over to the parking lot, I was testing some things out because it's been a while since I've driven one of these, and I wanted to just feel what this car was all about, especially after driving the C8 ZR1, which, by the way, I will do some comparisons between the cars just to give you guys an idea, but mostly what this video is about is just this car and how it feels at 52,000 miles. Look at that beautiful carbon fiber hood. Now, all the hoods are made out of carbon fiber, but this one is just left exposed, which looks really, really awesome. And I love the centerpiece that's pulled out to show the carbon fiber hood, or the carbon fiber piece over the engine. All right, what do you guys say we take this out on the road and show you what it's all about out there? Oh yeah, listen to that bad boy. Man, it is so nice driving a manual again. I can't wait till they come out with a manual for the mid-engine platform. It's gonna happen. You guys watch. There's nothing like that LT5 super loud exhaust and rumble. Oh, it sounds so great. And you know, just a quick comparison between the brand new C8 with the LT7 and this
GPS signal acquired.
And this LT5 with only 755 horsepower. This has got about 300 less horsepower. And you can feel it right off the bat. That is just nuts, but it's manageable. You know, the C8 seems to hook up a little bit quicker than this because you have all the weight back there over the rear tires, but this doesn't scare you when it's not hooking up because it's 755 horsepower. Now, if it was warmer weather, I feel like those all seasons would be gripping a lot more than they are, but I think we have low 60s today, which is unusual, but I feel like if we were in the high 70s, low 80s, this thing would be gripping just fine and I would have zero issues. So, you know, one of the major things that you notice when you're in this right away is the giant cowl that's on the hood in front of you. Especially when you're used to driving a C8. This really is a totally different animal. And those rev matches, listen to that. I'm telling you what, this car does not feel, it does not drive like it's got a bunch of miles on that LT5. You would think that after 52,000 miles, maybe delay in the gas when you press it down, but that was literally less than a quarter gas. Same with that. And it just wants to just rip. And boy, do those rev matches sound glorious. You know, as far as looks go with this car, I feel like it still looks phenomenal. Even next to a brand new C8 ZR1, this would look phenomenal. And to me, here's the difference. The C7 ZR1 comes off as, it wants to fight you. It's like bowing up on you like, raw. The C8 ZR1 looks like it belongs on the track in Monaco. So those are your major differences as far as looks go. Now, as far as the suspension goes, I'm on a road that's not super smooth. It's a little bit bumpy, and it's soaking up the bumps very well in sport mode. Let's go ahead and go to tour mode because that really softens things up. And yeah, it's very plush now. It feels a little too good to be true, in fact. The steering got a little looser. Man, this is very smooth, very comfortable, and feels even smoother than I remember the last one that I drove feeling. I think the C8 ZR1 or C8s in general are a little bit smoother than this, but they can't be much more smoother than this mag ride is giving me right now. Now, as far as what I was talking about before, and hear that, it quiets down the exhaust big time too. The rear end got squirrely on me back there when I got on it, but again, it's very manageable. The stability control, traction control is very unintrusive. So it doesn't try and take over. It doesn't feel like you've got all these nannies, you know, stopping you from having fun. And I really like that because, again, I have the skill set to control this power just fine. And it being a manual just makes that even more fun and more engaging than the C8 ZR1. The C8 ZR1 just felt like, you know, it was just crazy acceleration and unmanageable if you did get a little squirrely, especially at the higher speeds. Now, as far as the sound goes with this car, there's no better C7 in my opinion. There's no better Corvette as far as C7 and below in my opinion. I've driven all the generations except for C1, and there's not a better sounding Corvette than this. It has the loudest exhaust that they could put on a factory Corvette, and it sounds phenomenal. And when you get on it, you hear a little bit of the whine from that massive 2.6 liter supercharger up front, and that also sounds phenomenal. Now, comparing that to the C8 ZR1, I mean, that was literally a quarter throttle. The C8 ZR1 is really amazing too because you get the flat plane crank sound. It's a little bit muffled from the turbos, but then again, you get to hear those turbos, and I really enjoy that. But this just sounds like old school muscle, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, this is a beast. Now, the clutch could feel a little bit beefier or heavier I guess is the correct word. Because you have this much power, I've complained about this in the past with like my Camaro. When you have a lot of horsepower, you really want that clutch to be heavy. When you have a 4-cylinder with hardly any power, you want the clutch to be light. This feels a little light for me, but it's still very precise and good. The shifter is perfection. You feel everything perfectly with it. You can shift fast with it. You don't feel like you're gonna grind any gears while shifting, and it's short too. It's not a long throw shifter, so I really love this shifter. And like I said, this car just gives you so much confidence to just get in it, stay in it. Whew. Third gear has all the power and torque you need. Wow. Now I know the brand new C8s are more driver focused because they have this wall here and everything is slanted towards you. But I have to say, this car feels really, really good as well. I forget how good my C7 Z06 felt in the driver's seat. This feels just as good, if not better. The road is smooth, but you know what? It's got a really great smooth ride. I'm gonna go to tour mode. It's even better in tour mode. And it just feels like very driver focused as well. By the way, one thing that's really impressive about this is I hear no rattles with a car that's 7 years old with 52,000 miles on it. Sorry guys, had to do that. You would think that you would feel and hear rattles in this thing, and you don't. And this would be a great daily driver, believe it or not. Especially with today's power, this really isn't that much power anymore. It used to be, but not really anymore with the power that these cars are coming out with. And you can really justify doing it now if you buy this one because it's already got the high miles on it. All right, I gotta go back to sport mode with some noise. So I have to be honest, I was expecting to get in this car and for it to feel like it had high miles. You know, not like it had hundreds of thousands of miles on it or anything, but just that it had been driven a long time with quite a few miles on it. And I just figured it wouldn't respond the same as it, you know, did when it was new. Especially being a manual. You know, a lot of the manuals that I've driven in the C7 generation have a little bit of a lag. And I don't know why that is, but the power is not just instant when you press the gas down. But with this one, it is. Another thing that's really great about this, if you're trying to decide whether or not to buy a C8 or a C7, and if you're gonna get a C7, you really want one of these, is it doesn't feel old inside. You know, that was another thing. I was expecting to get in here and just kind of feel like, man, it's a C7. It doesn't have the same like tech feeling when you get in the inside of it. And there are some differences, but it still feels very modern and very good. Honestly, I could see myself owning this car. And you know, this car set a lot of records at tracks, and you can totally feel why while driving it, because it handles on rails. So I know a lot of you are probably wanting to know which of the two would I choose, and Again, I know that's not what this video is truly about. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want, but I would choose this over a C8 ZR1 I've said it a million times, the C8 ZR1 is just too much power. You're never going to be able to use it. You can barely use this power as it is, but you can. And when you do, you feel a lot more safe, and you're not going 150 miles an hour in literally 3 to 4 seconds. So 52,000 miles not only proves that this car can handle it, but it proves that these cars are not just built to be garage queens, they're actually built to be driven. And that's exactly what the previous owner did with this car, and it's what you can do, and it's what you should do. So don't buy this and throw it in the garage. Buy it and continue driving it, and give this car what it deserves, and give yourself what you deserve, a fun experience in your 2019 C7 ZR1 with 755 horsepower. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, a 7-speed manual transmission. So I hope each and every one of you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Leave me comments down below letting me know what you think about the entire car. Let me know if you'd be interested in something with this many miles on it, because of the fact that it's been well maintained, and I drove it for you that way you could see that this car is legit. If you haven't joined the Brink of Speed community, please do so by smashing that red subscribe button. I hope each and every one of you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys out on the road.